That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's really cute.
But with our mystery house, no one will hear them scream.
Well, today I'm in Carmarthenshire on the River Teivi, and this little thing is called a coracle. Now, coracles have been in the UK for thousands of years, but they've always been particularly popular here on the rivers of southwest Wales. You know, back in the day, hundreds of fishermen would have used these to catch their daily supper. Now, as you can appreciate, the nice thing about them is that they're very simple to make and very light. When you've finished your day's work, you simply come ashore, put it on your back and go home for tea. Now, a little later on in the show, I'll be back here at Kenarth learning a little more about them. But before then, here's a little taster of what the rest of this gorgeous county has to offer.
Carmarthenshire shares its borders with Ceredigion to the north and Powys to the east. The county is the third largest in Wales and is often dubbed the Garden of Wales, and it seems with good reason. From the lush pastures and meandering river that make up the Teivi Valley to the remote wilder landscapes on the edge of the Brecon Beacons, this county remains wonderfully unspoiled. Toward the coast, the numerous medieval castle ruins such as those at Llanstefan and Larne remain as vivid reminders of this region's turbulent past. But with swathes of sandy beaches and a population of just 170,000 people, it's easy to find a peaceful retreat in this glorious part of Wales.
It's no surprise that today's buyers want to be here.
David and Latvian-born Madara currently live at David's mother's house in Stoneleigh, Surrey, having spent the last 2.5 years restoring and living on a 25-foot schooner boat in Spain. But now, this dynamic duo are ready for their next challenge and have decided that a house in the Carmarthenshire countryside is the new way forward.
Depending on the property that we find, it's really going to dictate what we do. Certainly campsites and TP or yurt villages, something eco-friendly, growing our own food, raising animals, chickens, that sort of thing. If we are close to the coast, then I'm a yacht master instructor, so I'd like to get back to doing some sort of yachting.
As well as business interests, they want to buy into a completely different way of life, which will give them the opportunity to live out their dream of being surrounded by wildlife.
We would like to move to the countryside because we like the lifestyle, being close to nature, surrounded by animals perhaps of our own, or just if there's nature parks.
It'd be nice just to get out of the rat race, wouldn't it?
Yes.
After the project of restoring their boat, they're not keen on doing up a house, but other than that, they're pretty open-minded.
We're so flexible at the type of property, something's just going to come along and smack us in the face and we're going to go, that's it, that's got everything we require.
So it could be love at first sight when they see their new home, but there are some boundaries.
For our next house, we would like it to be completely detached.
At least within an acre of ground.
Minimum of 2 bedrooms.
Large kitchen though.
Reception room.
Yes. Some water features, maybe a pond.
Some trees.
Yeah. A few outbuildings.
Yes, that would be nice.
With money from the recent sale of their boat going towards their move, they're flexible on their finances.
We've got a budget of about £250,000, but if we're buying something that's already got generating an income, a small business, then we could probably push that to about £300,000.
Well, there's no doubt that David and Madara are the adventurous types. After all, they've sold their boat and chucked it all in to come here to Wales to start a whole new life and a business in the tourism industry. And they've certainly picked a good county in which to do it. Every year, Carmarthenshire attracts about 3 million people, spending between them £332 million. And with views like this to spoil them, it's not surprising.
As David and Madara are happy to be flexible on their precise location, we're going to cast our net wide and even cross the odd border to give them the best options for their budget. We'll be serving up 3 very different properties for them to consider, but as ever, I won't reveal the price of each until they've had a guess first. Our final offering is, of course, the Mystery House, and I can safely guarantee you'll never have seen a property quite like this one.
Hi guys, nice to see you. How are you, Medera? Nice to meet you, David.
Hi, Jules. Nice to meet you.
Now, in terms of the sort of property you're after, your requirements are fairly flexible, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, really flexible. You know, if you show us something equestrian, that, you know, it'll lead us in that direction. Show us something, you know, with camping and that sort of thing, we'll go in that direction. Why restrict what we want to do?
I mean, Carmarthenshire, I think, does offer, you know, fantastic value for money, which is great with your budget. So, yeah, I'm relatively optimistic, but again, we are going to have to work quite hard to get you the sort of accommodation and land in particular that you're after. But let's give it a go.
Fantastic. Really looking forward to it.
Follow me.
With a baseline budget of £250,000, David and Medera would stretch to £300,000 if the business proposition was right. They're looking for a home that gives them a large kitchen and living room and 2 bedrooms. Critically, the house must sit in at least a 1-acre plot in the right natural setting to develop their new venture. For our first property, we're taking our buyers to the Carmarthenshire village of Llanclwni. Set back from the road, it was built in the 1950s, but has recently been tastefully renovated. And crucially, it sits on a very generous plot.
Normally, we like to keep land as something of a surprise, actually, but because it's important to you, I'm going to tell you that this has got a couple of acres with it.
Right, fantastic.
As it stands, which is all that way behind the house.
Yeah.
Medera, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna reserve judgment at this point.
OK, fine. Well,
my first impression is it looks like the sort of place we could retire to.
it does have that rather sort of post-war retirement bungalow feel.
Yeah.
True, but inside, I think, you'll find it quite surprising. If you look at the roof space, I mean, that's completely redundant at the moment. That's just loft.
Yes.
It doesn't always have to be a bungalow.
No.
You could potentially push up into that.
You know how much I like attic rooms.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Well, let's get inside and see what you think.
Fantastic, let's go.
We had quiet initial reactions to the exterior of this bungalow, but the room sizes are surprisingly generous inside.
Let's start in here, then. Obviously, it being a bungalow,
Yes.
all the bedrooms on the ground floor. So we've got 2 bedrooms for you.
Yes.
This one is mirrored across the hallway with another one.
The same size?
Same size, exactly the same size. I mean, it's a square box.
It is, yeah.
You know, basically.
For the 2 of us, I mean, this size room is fine.
But it's nice and tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, you got the ceiling height. Yeah, you got the ceiling height there.
Good. All right, come on, follow me. And then this sort of opens up into your main, you know, living space, as it were.
It's a cute little room, isn't it?
Yeah. That multi-fuel burner, I think, really sets it off.
It does. Isn't that nice?
Your requirements in terms of bedrooms are modest.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
which is the good thing.
Yeah. Whatever we buy house-wise is going to be bigger than the boat we've been living on for the last 2 years.
Well, there you go.
Behind us is a second reception room, which is currently used as a separate dining space. Also leading off the hallway is a sleek, modern family bathroom, so no work needed in here. But let's see if the next room lives up to their expectations.
This is the kitchen, obviously. You're thinking it's not big enough.
Yes.
There are things that could be done.
But that means that we have to go into renovation and...
It's that mess and dust again,
Yes.
isn't
Perhaps they'll change their opinions about the property when they see the potential of the land. Along with a rear garden stocked with fruit trees and a polytunnel, there are also 2 stables. All they need to buy are the horses.
Right then, here we are in the middle of your 2 acres. It goes right up to that hedge line at the back.
Yes.
You get the field with the ponies in it.
Right, no ponies.
You don't get the ponies,
Unfortunately.
but you do get the view.
But look at the view, isn't it fantastic?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really nice.
Spectacular.
There's Carmarthenshire for you. How much do you think this is on the market for, Medera?
Yeah, I'll go with him first.
No, I'm going to put you on the spot. Go on, you go first.
Okay, since I have no idea, I'll just say 238.
238, £238,000, yeah? David?
220.
220. You're sort of in between, actually, the pair of you. It's just under 230. It's 229,950.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So giving you, well, 20,000 underneath your proposed budget of
Yeah.
250, if you wanted to improve it.
If we wanted to extend,
Yeah.
we could do that.
Priced just shy of £230,000, this spacious bungalow on paper addresses many of the elements on their wish list and includes a good-sized sitting room with a wood burner, a well-furnished kitchen, 2 bedrooms and a 2-acre plot of land, which would give them lots of scope for their business aspirations.
A very
it's a
good
good
start.
Yeah,
OK, we've set ourselves a benchmark.
Absolutely.
Let's see if we can better it. Come on.
Thank you.
At the edge of the Breckfast Forest lies the Teivi Valley, with a river that has been navigated and fished since the pre-Roman era, using small, lightweight boats known as coracles. I've come to the National Coracle Centre near Kenarth Falls to meet expert and museum curator Martin Fowler.
Nice to see you.
And you.
Wow, look at this. It's a great treat for me to get a real chance to see how these boats are actually produced and what their history is.
Yeah, it really is a basket made from the local wood, which they would have covered with one animal skin and then tied together with horsehair.
Yeah?
And covered with animal grease.
Most of the main rivers in Wales, including the River Teivi, were navigated using their own unique design, and Martin's going to let me get to grips with his. Animal skins have now been replaced by a covering made of calico cotton, which is then waterproofed with a hot pitch paint. Used as a fishing vessel, the Teivi coracle has a willow and hazel frame and is flat-bottomed. Now I've carried it, the challenge is to get in and not get wet.
So put your foot in the middle, that's it. Hold the handle.
Yep.
Now bring the other foot in with it.
Yep.
Turn, that's it. Now
Okay.
transfer your weight so that you've got a foot in each corner. OK. Now, you ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. Once you've... Yeah?
OK.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Now,
How about that?
you need to scull across the front of you.
Right, hang on.
There we
OK.
are. There, that's a bit
that
more.
it?
That's more like it. That's it.
Ah!
Yeah?
OK.
And now you're moving forward. When you think that the man in the next village crossed the English Channel in one of those...
Do you know, I'll be lucky to cross the river, let alone the channel, Martin. Help!
It's time we return to the house hunt. We're hopping over the border into neighbouring Ceredigion to the village of Llandyssil, with a useful array of amenities on its high street. Situated in a rural spot outside the village and approached by a driveway is our second property, which comes in the form of this beautiful detached cottage.
OK, now, this is property number 2, and I think this is a bit more like it, isn't it?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. It's really cute.
Well, we've just pressed a button, haven't we? Look at your smiles.
Absolutely.
I think this is the sort of character that you were perhaps
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
dreaming about.
Yeah.
Hit the nail on the head, mate.
Happy?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course you're happy. Come and have a look inside. Oh, by the way,
Yes?
it is a cottage.
Oh,
Ceilings are a bit
no.
low. OK?
Okay.
So you might need to duck a bit, yeah?
Okay.
Come and have a look.
Cool.
This house has been refurbished to a very high spec, and the inside is a real eye-opener.
Now, like I said, Madra, you better duck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Oh, wow.
It's a great space, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
The mezzanine's lovely, stairs obviously going up to it.
Yeah.
They've got it as something of an office space, but it'd make a great little den.
Perfect.
A nice twist of you know, old feel,
Yeah.
but modern open plan living. It's great. And in terms of sort of heating it, you've got that multi-fuel stove there, which is going to give you a lovely
to die
focus.
for. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah? Good. Right, follow me through here. Have a look at this. Now, I love the way this operates in its own little world, if you like. You've got the old stone wall of the barn here.
So that's original.
That's original. 2 bedrooms here, that's one of them.
Wow, look at the size of this.
Yeah?
And the view.
Yeah, how about that?
View to die for.
Wow.
And then at the end of
This
the
is
corridor...
fantastic. No, wait. I'm not ready.
Come on. At the end of the corridor, we've got you a double
so
shower, bathroom and so forth in
Yeah.
there.
That's good.
And then second bedroom in here. They've both got the views.
Yes, fantastic
Yes.
views. It's just right.
Even from the outside, it just looks right, as a country house should be.
And it feels right. It feels right rather than just looking right. It feels right when you walk in here.
It seems like this house is pushing the right buttons, so we'll head to the other end of the cottage where, next to a very stylish bathroom, is the kitchen, which will hopefully keep those warm reactions coming. This, I'm quite excited about you seeing. Yeah? What do you think?
2 cookers.
You've got the range there, that's oil-fired. So you've also got this dual-fuel range cooker there.
Wow. 2 for the price of 1. Fantastic.
The property is set in a stunning 1 acre of land and also includes a woodland glade. At the end of the drive is a ready-made veggie plot and polytunnel. Or they could replace it with a purpose-built washing facility for their guests if they wanted to get their business idea for camping with yurts off the ground. So let's check out where these yurts might go.
So you've got all this area right in front of the property itself and that lovely woodland area and so forth.
This is a lovely little area as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's not acres, let's face it.
No.
But, you know, it would allow you to at least have a go with certainly 1 yurt.
Absolutely, yeah.
If not 2.
Oh, no, I think we'd get half a dozen on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you're packing them in?
Yeah, no. Especially with the small area up there, without a doubt.
It's going to be Happy Valley here, isn't it, by the time you two have finished?
That's the whole idea.
OK, well, as you were so good at guessing the price last time, I'm going to let you go first again on this one, Madara.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
I will say 247.
247. OK, interesting. Yeah. David?
275.
275. Bearing in mind, you've said you'd go to 300,000 if it had business potential. Would you pay 275 for this?
I would be incredibly tempted.
Well, let me tempt you with this then, because this could be yours for just under 250.
Wow.
Yeah?
So our second offering has just sneaked in under their £250,000 budget and is an attractive proposition, as it would provide them with a fantastically presented home. The huge reception area with mezzanine floor is a real showstopper and, along with a farmhouse kitchen, gives them 2 spacious bedrooms. What's more, the 1 acre of land is a beautiful natural setting for their luxury camping business.
Very impressed.
Good. Well, so you should be. It's a nice one, but it's not over yet. Of course, Mystery House is still to come. Yeah, follow me. Well, the introduction of the Mystery House is always one of the most anticipated parts of any escape to the country. And, of course, this one is no exception. David and Madara can't wait to see what we've got in store for them. But I have to say, I think this one is rather special.
For our mystery property, we head towards the tiny village of Gwernoggle, set deep in the heart of the Brecfa Forest, a natural haven for wildlife and walking. Our mystery house is hidden away in complete seclusion, and the only way to find it is across a footbridge.
In terms of isolation and being away from it all...
Spot on. Absolutely spot on.
The view is giving me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? Well, wait till you see the Mystery House. Now, to get to it, we're not using a 4x4, but we're going to go for a 3-minute walk.
Yeah, the longer the better.
What they're about to see is truly spectacular.
OK, come here. Right, come here. Keep them shut. Now, turn around to your right.
OK.
Open your eyes.
I don't believe it.
Now, you said you like timber houses.
Yes?
The timber house. And as a boat builder, mate, we thought you could look after this one quite well.
Speechless.
Wow. Me too.
Our mystery house comes with a unique architectural style of its own, comprising 2 linked hexagonal timber buildings. The oldest section, built back in the 1960s, is in need of a bit of attention, but I'm hoping that won't put them off.
Right, let's start in here. This is the original bit, the original hexagon.
Words cannot describe this. This is just...
What are you thinking?
It's home.
She can't speak. You're lost for words.
Yes, I don't know if to be really happy or to be like, this needs so much work.
Well, you know, it does need a bit of attention, but the thing about it is all timber.
It's all there.
It's all easy to do.
Yeah.
The quirky hexagonal dimensions continue upstairs on the mezzanine floor, where there's one of the 3 potential bedrooms. There's also a bright modern family bathroom back downstairs, but we'll check out the 6-sided rooms in the newer wing.
Now, you wanted a big kitchen. I think this is big enough.
It's not only big.
It's huge. I mean,
beautiful.
it's a huge family room. It's anything you want it to be.
Leading off the kitchen is where they would sleep.
OK, now I would love this, I have to say.
Wow, is all I can say.
Yeah.
You've got these double doors there, and these huge...
sliding sash box windows.
Yeah. Imagine waking up and just having that, literally having wildlife right outside your front window.
there.
That's exactly what we were looking for.
Happy?
Yeah.
So we like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No, like doesn't even come close.
You see, I think the best bit's yet to come.
Love this.
What?
Upstairs. Come and check this out.
Yes, they'd better compose themselves because upstairs takes those windows to a new level.
Well, come and check this out, because I think this is rather good. Come over here. Come over here.
Look at that!
Yeah. Now, we've got another kind of mezzanine here.
Another mezzanine floor above.
With a double bed on it. And this amazing kind of, you know, elevated position to, you know, have a look at what's around you.
We can isolate ourselves on this side of the house.
Yeah.
And let the other side immediately and generate an income.
Yeah. You'd have to think about bathrooms. You'd need another bathroom, I suspect.
There's a river at the bottom. Details, details.
Details, details indeed. But one thing that is a dead cert is the beauty of the outside space.
It just goes on and on, doesn't it? Out there, you've got 3 acres.
Oh, this is
It's
perfect.
Flat as well.
Yeah, you've got 3 acres over there.
Yeah.
But with a bit of management, you could, you know, carve yourself out some fantastic locations for yurts and camps.
Yeah,
and
I
all
mean,
that sort
that's
of stuff.
it. That's perfect.
Dare I say it, they seem bowled over by the endless opportunities that come with our mystery house, and Madera's early concerns about home improvements have been completely forgotten. They may have fallen in love with the beautiful natural setting, enhanced even further by a wildlife pond, but now it's time to get back to reality.
Now then, the difficult bit, I'm afraid,
I don't want to know.
is upon us, and it's the guess the price moment. Now, you've done them all so far in terms of going first. So, David, go on then.
350.
£350,000.
290.
If I told you that it was £240,000,
I wouldn't believe you.
Have you got a pen?
well, you should believe me because that's what it's on the market for.
240.
240. Speechless. Everybody's speechless.
Under budget at £240,000, our mystery house is one of a kind and comes with an adaptable layout, which includes 2 large reception areas with wood burners, an enormous kitchen diner, and a possible 3 bedrooms. The 3 acres outside has given them a vision for their camping business beyond their wildest dreams, and it's all wrapped up in the spectacular setting of the Breckfast Forest.
Let's go and relax somewhere and figure out what happens next, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've given David and Madera the chance to sleep on it, just in case they were tempted to make a hasty decision. So there is one final part of the show to come. Here on this glorious morning in southwest Wales, we just need to ask them if we have indeed managed to find them their escape to the country. I think it's been a really exciting house search, actually.
Complete roller coaster ride.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Let's talk briefly about the properties that we saw, because I think we all know where we're heading with this one. Our first property, a kind of toe in the water, really, in terms of what the market had to offer you.
Yes.
What did you reckon to that one?
Well, just didn't have that feel for us.
Had no feel to it at all, really. Too small.
Yeah, and the road, of course.
And
Road
yeah,
right
it's right
outside.
in the middle of a...
Yeah. OK, well, let's not labour it. Because then we took you off to our second property, which I have to say I had great hopes for, and I think you really responded to rather nicely. That lovely little stone cottage. It certainly had potential, I think we all agreed that.
Yes, it was certainly a step in the right direction. There wasn't quite enough land there for what we want to do to generate some business.
But the house, it was a lovely house.
Well, let's cut to the chase, shall we? And talk about the mystery house, because that's what we've all been waiting to do this morning. What were the thoughts that were coursing through your mind?
It was a flood of emotion for me and for you, wasn't it? It was a really, to find something like that in that location. We're a quirky couple, really, and to find a quirky property that matches us and our personalities, and just awesome.
And it was just like a fairy tale house.
I thought it was a very enchanted place.
It was.
Yeah, so it wasn't a mystery house, it was a mystery tour.
It was an absolute one-of.
Yeah.
I know you've fallen in love with it for all the right reasons.
I couldn't sleep last night. We phoned the mortgage company first thing this morning.
You phoned them this morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was an early phone call.
Yeah.
So where are we now then? I mean, are we ready to go and pick up the keys?
It's an odd construction. It's not standard. It's not brick with a slate roof. So we have to talk about raising the mortgage on a wooden structure.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to get an answer this afternoon.
You're waiting for a call which will get you into your perfect...
Our dream house.
You've done it.
You've done it.
I am absolutely delighted. Well, this is one of my favourite bits of the Carmarthenshire coastline. It's where the great River Towie meets the sea, overlooked by the ruins of Llanstefan Castle behind me. It's one of the places I first visited when I moved to South Wales over 20 years ago. And it's therefore fitting, I think, that it's where David and Madara should have decided to start their new life here. We've had some fantastic countryside, some great properties, and a mystery house which, quite frankly, has surpassed all of our expectations. And on top of that, there's a very good chance that I am going to have some new neighbours. And I am very, very happy about that. Although David and Madara loved the mystery house, sadly they found that raising a mortgage on a timber building proved too tricky for them. So, in a surprising move, they've since bought a place with 250 acres of forest in Madara's homeland of Latvia. If you'd like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Wales or Scotland and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.
How to get the kids eating their 5 a day, the Hairy Biker's comfort food with a celeriac soup at 3:45. Then at 4:30, a Teddy falling apart at the seams Natasha can't resist. The Antiques Road Trip then, followed by Prime Minister's questions. No, not on the Daily Politics. It's the first round of Pointless on the way at 5:15.